Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sunshine Islands. It is now the 18th day of summer, which means that our cat festival is upon us. So, Mirabelle came by yesterday and took my cat. I did manage to actually get a day or two of practice because I had mentioned that I hadn't really practiced for the festival, mostly just because I knew I wasn't going to win. The cat still has relatively low affection for me. But in hindsight, I guess I should have not been lazy and maybe practiced with the cat a little bit, because it seems like practicing the minigame has actually increased its affection level, and we were able to get a third heart before Mirabelle took the cat away for the festival. So I have actually been awarded the Sunstone for reaching 3 hearts of affection with the cat. Didn't think it was necessary to drop everything that I was doing and mention that in a recording because it's easy enough to sort of explain how that Sunstone came to be. So we've got our final pet Sunstone, which is great. And hopefully we'll be able to get some more affection with our cat by the time next year's cat festival rolls around. As you can see, my training record is not very good. 32.7 seconds is very, very poor. Ideally, in order to win the cat festival, you'll probably want to get under 20 seconds. So I'm not gonna bother with saving and reloading and splicing in clips and things like that for this festival because there's just no way that I'm going to win. And last year, I believe we didn't even bother to go to the cat festival. I think I skipped over it entirely and just kept on playing. Our first year, we checked it out. We went and said hi to everybody and just wanted to see what it was all about. But last year, we didn't actually get the cat until the fall season. So the cat festival had come and gone by the time we actually were in a position to get the cat from Mirabelle. So I'm just gonna do some chores to kill some time. Now everything I'm doing is inconsequential because I've already played ahead and saved my actual progress that I'm going to be keeping on another file, so we're mostly just waiting for the clock to turn so we can go to the cat festival. But everything is going very, very well on the farm. Keeping in mind too that it's only been about 5 days in between the last recording and this one, so not a lot has happened in those 5 in-game days. The cow and the sheep are still young, but they should be grown up by the end of the summer season, I hope. So we'll be getting some more sunstones from them. It has been nothing but sunny. It has been sunny, sunny, sunny all season still, so I have not had to bring the animals in for any reason. The pets are doing great. The crops are doing great. I've just replanted some onions, and that will probably be my last harvest for the month. And I'll make sure to keep some of those to submit to Felicia at the end of summer for our crop festival. You can see that my watering can is outputting 2 points of water when I charge it up rather than the usual 1 square. You can see here if I water these banana trees that they only give out 1 square. And what I did was I decided to use one of my many, many, many yellow wonderfuls and put that in the watering can to give everything 2 points of water. it's been working out pretty well so far. I don't always want to do that, especially in a season like fall where we tend to get more rain. But I figured for the time being, because summer has been so incredibly dry, that it wouldn't be a bad idea just to give everything 2 points of water. I haven't killed anything so far, and everything has been growing sort of accordingly to the growth charts, the different growth stages that all the crops grow in. Because there's been so much sunshine, that's been very easy to get things to grow quickly and quite efficiently as well. So it's been a pretty decent month for crops. It's been a great month for fruits. The fruit trees are doing really well. I'm gonna head on over to Animal Island real quick before we go to the festival. And let's see what the ducks brought us. We're getting a decent amount of medium fish, which is nice to see. I can use that to cook if I wanted to. Rather than go to the diner and pay Nick for these grilled fish, I can just make them. I've made these to give to Wada as a gift because they're his favorite gift, but I'm kind of getting to a point now where I've got some ingredients in my possession that even make cooking and increasing my stamina and recovering my stamina a whole lot easier. So I've been mostly saving these medium fish and using them. I have a lot of them in my fridge, but I'm gonna give another one of these to the ducks, and I'm gonna keep asking them for help. My hope is that by the time the fishing contest rolls around in a few days, that they will bring me a nice big juicy fish that I could submit for that festival without having to fish one out of the ocean myself, which I could do. It's not the end of the world, but it would be nice if I could manage to get the ducks' help with that. Alright, so now we are at the cat festival, so let's just speak to everybody here. Everybody's nice and supportive now, but as soon as I lose, they're all gonna take pity on me. So let's just get this over with. When I was playing off screen and just kind of tweaking the settings on the emulator a little bit to play this festival, this little mini game here, what I found was that slowing the game down by dropping the frames actually made this a lot easier. But I decided that I wasn't going to do that on an actual recording. I think that saving and reloading your game is perfectly acceptable because that is something that you can do in the actual game. But slowing down my frame rate to give me an advantage is sort of cheating, but I did find it a lot easier to get the cat's attention because the cat's attention seems to just kind of be random. And you also move this little cat toy around very quickly. So what we need to do is we need to wave the toy around until our cat looks at us. We need to get its attention. And as soon as it gets our attention, we want to keep waving the toy when it has the exclamation point above its head. When it turns around and it has the 3 dots, we want to stop. Because if we wave the toy when it has the dots above its head, it will turn in the other direction. So you can see that this minigame is a little bit tough. It's a little bit tough to do with a mouse because I find I wave the toy really rapidly, whereas with a stylus you have a little bit more control. And that was god awful, by the way. 41 seconds. We shouldn't even be getting 4th place. Mirabelle should just be like, nope, you don't even get a prize. That would have been embarrassing if we would have been like side by side with the rest of these guys. We would be that person who is like way behind. So you can see that the winner managed to clock in at just under 20 seconds, and our time was pretty much double that. So as your cat's hearts increase, obviously they pay a little bit better attention, they trust you more, they are a little bit easier to work with. But because we have low affection, and because that minigame is a little bit tough too, we didn't do so hot. Yep, that was about as awful as I thought it was gonna be. But I'm actually okay with getting a wonderful piece as a prize for this festival, because we would have gotten yet another yellow wonderful if we would have won, because trust me, I looked. I looked at the wonderful chart and I thought, well, I better not beat myself up too much. I want to make sure I didn't miss out on a fantastic wonderful. But I, in fact, did not. I would have just gotten another yellow. So, Witch Princess is very disappointed in us. She's not very supportive when we lose. Best waifu confirmed. Oh well. She's just cranky because she's pregnant. We'll just chalk it up to that. So we'll try again next year. I will try and make a bit of an effort to practice the minigame with my cat. I think that will help its affection get a little bit higher, a little bit quicker, because otherwise I've done everything right and the cat's affection is still very slow to rise. We've had it almost a year and it's only gone up 3 hearts. And that's with leaving it outside on beautiful sunny days and picking it up. But not a lot of practice on the minigame, so I should probably try and do that as well. And I'm gonna put my wonderful piece in the cabinet. I'm actually surprised that, or I'm not surprised, but I'm happy that we had space for it, because it looks like this is the last thing in our rucksack. I don't actually know what happens if your bag is full. I would hope that they would send it to your house and put it in your cabinet, but that would be really crappy if they were like, nope, sorry, your bag is full. No wonderful for you. So we have 18 wonderful pieces. If I wanted to, I could go to Charlie and use up 9 of these to make a purple wonderful. But I really don't think it's necessary because I don't really need the money. These can be used very sort of late in the game when I have supreme cooking skills and I have access to the best ingredients to actually make my own wonderfuls using my kitchen. I don't know if that time will ever come, truthfully, because it's a ton of work to make your own wonderfuls. But there is not really a lot that these can be used for otherwise. So I'm just gonna hold on to them for now. And then in just a few short days, we're coming up to the fishing contest. I want to win so badly. I don't even care if I get another yellow wonderful. I just want to win because I've never been able to win and I always lose to Lana. Every single time. I feel like it's rigged. Swear to God that it's rigged. I would love to win and just prove that the game hasn't rigged the competition against me. So I really got nothing else to say. I've have just been playing. I do believe a new Harvest Sprite moved onto the island. I do believe it was this secondary yellow Harvest Sprite, which, again, I've never used the yellow Harvest Sprites for anything, so I guess it's just from talking to the sprites that their affection increased, but not a color that I use for anything. And at this point, I'm kind of just waiting for the dark green Harvest Sprites to return. So yep, everything is going great on the farm. And I don't really have much else to add. I think I'm just gonna have to keep going. I have a few days in between now and the fishing competition, so there might be something interesting that happens in these next few days, hopefully. Excitement aside, it's not always that there's anything exciting going on, but everything is going well, and I think that that's kind of the best thing that I can hope for. That the farm isn't on fire and my animals aren't dying and, you know, I'm not having back-to-back storms. I should just kind of be thankful that the game is routine, not terribly interesting at this point in time, but everything is kind of going well and are sort of working in my favor. So I'm just going to keep riding that wave of success. I'm going to keep going, and I will return on the 23rd day of summer for our fishing competition. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.